Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It is Second Chance Sunday. It really is, and there's nothing else going on over the next couple of hours. There will be no distractions whatsoever. We all have our full undivided attention for the whole 2 hours. I absolutely assure and promise you. And it is your second chance to get your hands on some pretty big Christmas releases that have launched over the last week or so. So there's loads in the show. I'd urge you to get across to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Hit that shop the show button. Have a look at absolutely everything that is available to you in the show. Now, I am not here on my own. A lady that is going to be probably put through quite a lot over the next couple of hours. It's a good job because she's got nerves of steel. Who else would you want here on a day like today? Jan Brown's in the building. How are you, Jan?
I'm good, thank you, Joe. Honestly, the hype in here is incredible, honestly. I've got one over here, I've got one in my ear, I've got one outside. You wouldn't believe it. So yes, we're hoping, we've got everything crossed, but we're going to be with you for the next 2 hours. I've got loads of demos lined up as usual. I've got some samples to show you, just some sneaky peeks of what's in the show. So I think top of the show, we've got that gorgeous Gnome collection. So are they coming, Gnome, Johnny?
It's coming, Gnome.
So yeah, we're going to demo these first of all because that is selling really well. So we've just got a few samples here just to show you, and so cute. You know, there's so much versatility in this one. So we've got 1 or 2 samples there. We've got the little boy gnome, we've got a girl gnome, we've got a child gnome, and you can play with these to your heart's content. The paper pad on this is exquisite. So I know you're all out there. We've even put you a bundle together today that includes an extra paper pad. Okay, so absolutely beautiful. Awesome. Lovely coloured scheme, very sort of contemporary in its colour scheme, but a really fun element to have a play with. So as I say, we're going to start the show with those. We've also brought back to you those Centerpiece dies as well. Those sold really well yesterday. We have got some left, but we're actually going to look at those. We did the everyday collection earlier on in the year, but we've got the Christmas centerpieces there. So again, we're going to demo those for you later in the show. I've actually got the Twas the Night one to demo. So just another one in the black and the red there. What else have we got for you? Got the brush lettering. I launched these last week. These sold really well. We've brought those back for you tonight. Yep, brilliant. So we're going to do some demoing with those. So again, just a couple of samples just to give you some ideas there. The circular easel, I think that one's stunning there. And then we've got, I love this one. The pink and the gold, I think is a brilliant combination there. And just inside this bit here, I hope you can pick it up on the screen. There's actually the jigsaw die being used in the background there as well. Can just
awesome.
See, yeah?
Can you see that there? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah. And then we've also got, there's loads on the show tonight. I've got the Verse Compendium. So those of you that are not up to speed with that,
it's limited stock.
We're going to have a look at that. That one's selling fast. So we'll just give you a heads up now. Absolutely full of every verse you can imagine to pop either on the front of your cards as a focal point or to pop them inside as a greeting. So just a little sort of heads up of what we've got coming up. I have got some other bits and pieces as well. But just a few there to tempt you, Joe, to get us started.
There's loads and loads coming up in the show this evening, which is fantastic. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, you can do so in all the normal ways. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you are watching over there as well. We're going to kick things off with something that launched on Friday, and my, oh my, was it incredibly busy. 3/4 of the stock actually went during the launch day. I don't think it's going to be around for long. I am, of course, talking about the Gnomes Collection. I'm going to tell you about the collection with the extra card stock and paper pad because that has free shipping and handling on it, which is fantastic. Now, these are brilliant because what we've actually got here is, for the first time I've ever seen these, stamps, dies, and stencils. So yes, you can add extra texture, maybe get some of your mixed media products involved in there as well. So you're going to get the Gnome Boy, which is this one. You're also going to receive the Gnome Village. Look at that adorable little toadstool that you have in there. We've got some brilliant stamps in here if you want to get your colouring mediums involved. So you've got the Kissing Gate there. You've got Gnome Home. Love the texture that's been achieved here with this. You've got a great embossing folder in here as well. You've got the Gnome Snow Scene, which is just adorable. We've also got the Gnome Child in here. Again, stamps, dies, and a stencil in there for you too. And I've also got the Gnome Girl in there too. They are adorable. You can create so many amazing things with them. I'll come on to the paper pads in a moment, but I wanted to show you the Acetate and Vellum collection that's been put together to go with this as well. Now you get 3 sheets of each of these. You've got 4 different styles within here. Now you get the acetate, and then you get the corresponding one in that vellum. It's like heat embossed vellum. It's absolutely stunning. Really is a gorgeous, gorgeous collection that we've got for you there. So you're going to get those included too, which is brilliant. And within this particular bundle, the details there on your screen, you'll actually see that you're going to get 2 of each of these paper pads I'm about to show you, and they are double-sided. We get 1 of these and 2 of the pearl, sorry. So you're going to get 1 of these ones just here. Now, the brilliant thing is about this, you'll see that all the backgrounds, they actually correspond with the vellums. How clever is that? So you've got all of this in here, a really beautiful array of different artwork. You've got some sentiment-based pages in here too. It's a really gorgeous collection. I love that you've got some traditional colours in here, as well as some more sort of modern colour tones in there as well. So that's what you're going to get. You get 1 of those, and then you get 2 of these. So you're going to get this. This is 250 GSM here, 24 sheets. It's double-sided. It's pearl, but it's kind of like a sort of, I don't know, Jan, like a muted pearl, isn't it? Like a satin pearl.
Lovely.
Really gorgeous. Colour match to work beautifully with the whole collection. Now, you've all got a saving on this, of course. Platinum members, though, you'll be looking at $71.96 to get this, or $92.76. You're going to get 2 of these. Now, everyone in the US will get, and also in the UK, free shipping and handling, free postage and packaging on that as well, which is awesome. I do think this may be your last live opportunity, though, to get your hands on this. There is a craft-along plan for this on the 29th of July, which is going to be awesome. Now, something else I want to share with you is the centerpieces. Again, a very busy launch. Was it yesterday, Johnny, we launched these? And they are fantastic. Now, Sarah and Becky launched these. They are brilliant because they are a creator card. And what it means, though, is it cuts all of this fine, intricate detail into your card. But because of the way they've been designed, it means it's still got that structural integrity, so it'll still stand up for you, which is excellent. Or what you can, of course, do is completely cut them out and just use them as a banner or a topper. It's up to you. You're going to get the Cascading Snowflakes. You've got Follow the Star. This would be brilliant with something like our Nativity collection from last year, if you went for that one. This one just here is your reindeer family. That is the most popular individually at the moment. You've then got 'Twas the Night. I love that, with Santa and the reindeers in there. You've got your opulent baubles as well. This is just fantastic. What you can't really see on this cardstock, but you will see, I'm sure, if you ink it, it actually embosses beautifully as well into there, which is amazing. And in fact, this one as well, the Sprig of Holly, also has incredible embossed detail all the way through there as well. To get 6 of those is amazing, and you're going to get 12 sheets of acetate too. £41 or $50, $32.80, $40 for Platinum members. The stock update here, half gone from that launch day show yesterday, so you will need to be quick for those if you want them. Loads of you tuning in saying hello. Do remember, any questions you've got? Apparently I've already made football puns. I said let's kick things off. Anyone that, for anyone, like, I think we're just going to have to, Jan, don't you? I think we're just going to have to, like, be clear. At the second hour of this show, England are playing the finals of the European Championships. For context, it's the first time the men's team has got to a major finals since 1966. The whole country here in England, it's literally hysteria up and down the nation. So, you know, I'm not saying that our attention is going to be split in any way. Obviously, our whole focus will be on the show. But, you know, if, you know, John comes streaking around the studio or something at some point, waving his England shirt around his head, you might realise what's going on. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to try and keep it as composed, though, Jan, as I quite possibly can. Let me share with you some of the other stuff that's coming up on the show before we actually get into Jan's first demo. The brush lettering collection. Myself and Jan had the pleasure of launching this last week. Incredibly popular. A really awesome concept as well. $38, $35, $47, $76 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. Now the ornaments, we launched these earlier in the week, myself and Craig, totally gone as a collection. We do have a couple of options for you though, which you can go for, the opulence, or you can go for the touch of winter here as well. $9.99, $12.95 if you want to go for those. Now, don't think we'll even get a chance to share this with you. I know we had it on Second Chance Sunday last week. We were unsure whether you'd get to see it again. I mean, there is less than 50 of these now to go around. It really is the last chance saloon on that. No plans at this point to reorder it either. Everyone saves over £130, almost $150. Platinum members, of course, saving even more. That's beautiful. Doubt we'll get a chance to show you that, though, in this show. We do have the brand new craft kit. It is the Pop-Out Scene craft kit. 200 elements here. £20, $20, with 50 bonus points as well, if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. Ah, this one is gorgeous. It is the Be Beautiful complete set. 73 elements here, 48 sheets of paper, 24 sheets of card in there too. It is absolutely gorgeous. Our previous Nature's Garden launch, $79.99 or $112 if you want to go for that. If you want to see everything else that's on the show, get yourself over to the website, hit the Shop the Show button, and you can see everything that's coming up there in the show. Right, lots of you chatting away with me. I'll get to those comments really soon, but I know Jan's like a coiled spring over there, Jan. Is this the first chance you've had to get your hands on these gnomes?
It is, honestly. I was watching when it launched, and I love sort of like, it's almost whimsical, isn't it, in its nature. There's been a lot of them around for a while, and I'm so glad that we've actually got involved in it. So what I did is I spread all my collection out when it got there, and I've chosen some elements from it to work with for that first demo. So I've actually taken the Gnome Kissing Gate, which I adore. I think that is lovely, and I've stamped that one out and coloured it. And I've taken the Meet Me Under the Mistletoe, the actual sentiment from there, and then I've used the little gnome girl. We're going to stamp her out, and I'm going to show you how that works with the stencil if you've not seen that yet. And then I've also taken the embossing folder, which is the gnome snow scene. So we're going to start with that one. It's an ordinary, what we tend to refer to now as a 2D folder. And I've just taken a piece of paper from that lovely paper pad. So we've got those lovely snow sort of scene on the reverse of that one, and then just an all over print on this one. And I'm actually going to emboss the actual pattern paper. So just to pop this in here, I just need my 2 clear plates, which I thought I'd put in a safe place then. We're going to pop, I've cut this down to size so that it fits into the embossing folder, and you've sort of got that lovely snowbank scene with all the snowflakes around it. So I'm going to emboss it, and then I'm going to add a bit of ink to it just to sort of highlight that area that's been embossed. So just between those 2 clear plates, pass it through my Gemini, and then I've got some pale fig water reactive ink, which just goes perfectly with this particular piece of pattern paper. And again, I know we've got lots of inks on the show for you. Taken my sponge applicator, and what we're going to do, just to highlight, I mean, we can just pick up a little bit there where the embossing is on it, but just to highlight it, I'm going to go around with some of the ink, and it actually brings out that detail much, much better. So this is going to be the backdrop to my scene that I'm going to create. So all I'm doing is just popping over the top of the embossed area, and it's literally just going to bring that out and make it pop a little bit more. Okay, so all the way around there, just adding that purple ink.
Beautiful.
And you can just see how that detail's sort of coming to life now, rather than it sort of being part of the paper. So don't be worried about embossing your papers, you know, they will stand up to the job. And then I just want to bring the top of those little snow hills out as well.
And I think sometimes we don't necessarily think about doing anything to our pattern papers, do we, Jan?
I quite like embossing the pattern papers, to be honest. It's just subtle in the background of your designs, and it just adds another element of interest, so that if people say, oh, what's that? And it gives you that sort of tactile element to the card as well. So you can see how that's actually brought out that embossed detail now, where it's just popped round the edge. You've got that lovely scene, which enables us then to actually create something in the middle of there. So what we've done, let's do a little bit of stamping as well. I've got my stamping platform at the ready, and I want to stamp out that little gnome so that you can see what I mean with the stencils. So I've just grabbed a piece of cardstock, and I quite often work on the Nina cardstock for this sort of thing. Always start off with a piece bigger than what I need, and we'll stamp out the little girl off here, and I'll stamp you that kissing gate out as well so that you can see what they look like.
Is this the first time we've done stencils with dies and stamps, Jan?
I don't remember it before.
No, me neither.
No, we've done sort of embossing folders and stencils, but I just think this is a really nice little touch just to add some personalisation to those details. So I'm going to pick those up with my base, and then we're just going to use an alcohol-proof ink. I'm going to go for the Flagstone one and stamp these out. Okay, and then
Brilliant.
you can see how these all stamp out there.
Evelyn Kiefer is wishing all the football fans good luck tonight. We'll need it, Evelyn. Honestly, Johnny's on the verge of a nosebleed in there. He's been pacing around today. He just doesn't know what to do with himself.
Right, so let's just get those popped onto there then and get that ink transferred. And you've got those lovely sort of images. We've just got that little bit on that side, which the ink should still be on my platform. So I'm just going to press that side down there and just fill that last little bit in, which is the beauty of having that platform to work with. So you can see we've got that lovely sort of, it creates the heart shape with the holly at one side and the mistletoe at the other
Beautiful.
side. And I've actually done that one and coloured it in. And then I've just fussy cut round the edge of this one. This one doesn't come with a matching die. It is just a stamp set. Some of them have actually got matching dies with them. The little gnome girl has actually got her own die to cut her out with as well.
Excellent.
So some of them are stamp and die sets, some of them are just stamp sets. So that one's all good to go, being coloured with my alcohol markers again, and we're actually going to put this one onto our scene here when we start building it up. But just to show you what I mean with the stencils, I've just picked out some of my markers here, and I'm just going to pop some colour down onto the little gnome girl. So I want to colour a hat, and I'll colour her dress because those are the bits that the stencil actually fit over the top. So I'm not too worried about I'm going to do what I call my flat colouring.
Okay.
I'm not going to do lots of shading on it because obviously the stencil's going to be the detail on the top of here.
And so it gets great for adding extra inks and stuff, but also, you know, all those other sort of mousse and paste and things that we've had recently. I guess this gives you the opportunity then to add all of those as well, Jan.
Absolutely, yeah, no, not at all. Not a problem at all with them. You know, if you've got the structure paste, if you've got any of those gilding polishes, anything like that, they'll all go through the stencils there. And then I've gone for a turquoisey colour just to pop on her dress there. So as I say, I'm just going to do that one little bit of colouring. I don't want to spend an age colouring in, but I want to show you. And then I'm going to work with the inks straight over the top of these. So I've chosen a couple of inks in a darker shade. So I've gone for parakeet with the turquoise that I'm using here. And then I've gone right down to the dark one, the damson wine, to go with the lilac that I've used on her hat. So again, I'm just filling in, just flooding that area with the colour. As I say, I'm not too worried about whether it's shaded or not this time. And then we're going to add, I've got my little finger daubers at the ready, because there's an ideal size to actually push that ink through the stencil there. So there we go, just a bit of fast colouring, and then in the package with these you have got a little diddy stencil, okay, and you've got 3 options here. So we've actually got the stripe set, these are the hearts, and then you've got the dots as well. And these are actually made the right size to fit and add some detail over the top of those images.
Excellent.
So I've got those 2 inks at the ready. So we'll do the damson wine up at the top. I'm going to use my little finger dauber because this is a nice small area to just fit this through. And then literally, oops, we'll just move that one up a wee bit there, just to get that in the right place. And then literally just pounce through that stencil with your ink. And it's just going to add sort of like just that extra little bit of detail. And I love this. It's just sort of adding a bit of fun. You can almost design the outfits. So that's the purple one. And then we need the turquoise one, which is parakeet. And I'm going to bring that one down to pop over her dress. So really good fun. And I've gone for that darker shade just so that it shows over the top. So when we take the stencil away there, you've got that extra detail.
I think that's
They're just
awesome.
lovely. So whether you want stripes on there or whether you want the dots on there, they all work
Nice, you've got the
same.
different options for each
Yeah,
one of
it
those.
is. You could mix and match them. You know, I've done hearts on both of them. You can mix and match. Because the inks are water-based, this will just wipe off with a damp cloth or a baby wipe. So just pop that to one side for now. Pop the lids on my inks, and then what I've done is I've done exactly the same, and I've cut her out, coloured the rest of her in there, cut her out, and you can see that she's got that lovely little heart design on her dress ready, and I've got some foam pads on her ready to go. So let's pop that together and make it into a card. We'll move all those pieces to one side. So what I've done is taken my card blank, I've got the embossed layer that I've matted onto some of that pearlescent cardstock from the pack. And then I've just taken a thin piece of that lovely
it's gorgeous, isn't
vellum. It's beautiful. Just running your fingers across it, you can feel where the embossing is. And I'm actually just going to pop this right across the middle here. So I literally want to just bend that around and stick it down before we put the detail on. So I'm just going to fold it round the edge like so. And then when I know where that's going to land, we'll pop a little bit of tape in there.
Just to let everyone know, 80% of this has gone now, Jan.
Wow,
lots
as
of
a
people
whole
have
collection.
already jumped to the website for this particular deal as well. Remember, this is the one where you're going to get 2 of the cardstock pads as well, and that means you'll get free shipping and handling in the US, free postage packaging in the UK. 80% has gone, and a lot of you are already in the ordering process right now. So I think if you were thinking about it, you saw it on Friday, and you hadn't quite made your mind up, you've not missed anything yet because none of the elements have sold out, but they will be soon. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last chance we get to show you this full collection in a live airing. Of course, there will be a smaller collection that comes back later down the line, but if you want it all, and unfortunately to say it normally is, isn't it, the cardstock and the pads that go first?
Yeah, it is, and obviously we only do one print run with them, so once they're gone, that's it. So it does pay, and I always think, you know, we can give you the best deal while it's still a whole collection.
Absolutely.
Once we start splitting it up when elements have sold out, obviously that then affects the price that we can offer you. So all I've done is matted and layered that embossed piece onto there. I've wrapped the piece of vellum round it. I'm going to stick that little kissing gate on and keep that one flat. So I'm going to use some wet glue, I think, to pop that one on. We'll use a little bit of collal, I think, to go on there. And then I've got my little gnome girl on some foam pads just to raise her up a little bit. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the back of this one. And then I want that one to stick down flat over that scene in the background there. Just hold that down for a second. And then just while that's drying, I'm going to grab my piece of spare cardstock, and I've got some glitter, and I just thought it would be really nice. In fact, I might pop her on the card first so that I can pick her up. Otherwise, once she's glittered, it's going to be difficult to pick her up. So let me just stick her on the card, and then I've got some white sort of crystal glitter, and I just think with this essentially being sort of, I think it's Christmas related with the gnomes, although it could be, you know, you've got the holly and the mistletoe on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my fine tip nozzle just on here on her hat and add a little bit of that glue. This is the tacky glue in here which dries clear. So once that's on there, and do we want any, I'll pop a little bit in the lamp as well.
I know it's out of stock, but if you manage to get your hands on the glossier highlights, I bet they'd work beautifully with this. What thousands of you did, you already have them.
And then I've got a little bit of the glitter. I'm just going to pop it over here so that we can shake the excess off. I'm going to put a little bit over the lamp there and a little bit on her hat, and then once that dries, the glitter will sink into the glue and it will dry clear, so it just shows the glitter there. So just that little tiny bit of highlight going on just adds that extra bit of something to it. So we'll pop the excess glitter back in there, and then I've just stamped out under the mistletoe. We meet me under the mistletoe. We're going to pop this on as a sentiment. I think I got a bit carried away. I'd obviously only got little foam pads at home, but they are behaving themselves, so we're good. We're good. So meet me under the mistletoe. We're going to pop that on as a sentiment. And then I've just got, and this was part of the kissing gate, on here you get the little tiny holly leaves there. Just stamped and cut those. You get the die to cut those out, and I'm going to pop a little tiny bit of blue in the corner of my sentiment there and just add this on as an extra feature. Okay, so that's those gnomes in their glory. I just think they're so cute. Got a little bit of extra glitter, but if I stand you that one up now, that's just one option. There are so many different ways that you could use this. So that's using 3 different parts of it, but if you've got that whole collection, got the whole lot to play with. You could have the whole little family, you could have the boy and the little child as well, all lined up there together. Absolutely great fun to work with, it really is.
They are awesome. And there's some amazing projects that have been made by the design team as well, Jan. We were talking about it before the show, but I just picked that
is
out.
Stunning, isn't it?
Look at how incredible this is. I mean, that really is amazing. Imagine being able to send creations like this at Christmas. Let me just share a couple more with you as well that have been made here. Because I think the great thing is with this, that whether you keep it simple, like this one, or go to town, like the one I just showed you before, you've got so many different options here as well. Look at how beautiful this one. I mean, the colorways, the vibrancy of the colors that you've got in here are absolutely stunning. So let me just run back through exactly what you're going to get in this creation. Creation? I've said that twice today, haven't I? Collection. I said creation instead of, did I say question in the earlier show? I've got football fever, what can I say? Right, Gnome Boy is the first one that we've got here.
Gnome Boy. He's our Gnome Boy.
I don't know why it's funny. You're meant to be the one, Jan, you're meant to be steering the good ship Crafters TV tonight. We're relying on Jan to sort of have some semblance of professionalism this evening.
There's no hope for us really tonight, is there?
No, there really isn't. Gnome Boy is this one just here. She's got it again, what?
Just the way you say it.
Gnome Boy.
Gnome Boy. Oh, don't, honestly. What? We haven't even got an hour in yet, have we?
Gnome Boy is the first one that you're going to get. Even John's giggling. Yes, John's here before you all start. Yeah, he is here, don't you worry. I'm sure you'll see him in his football finery before the end of the show. So, Gnome Boy, you get stamps in here. You also get the dies and the stencils that add texture or add extra colour into there as well. Shut the mushroom front door. This actually opens this front door as well. You can shut that front door. The Gnome Village is what you've got here as well. All of the dies.
Does Gnome Boy live in the Gnome Village?
He does, of course he does. She's absolutely gone.
I'm actually crying over here now.
Right, let's move on. Kissing Gate is the next one that we have just here, as you can see. And I love the fact that you've got the focal stamps and also sentiments that go along with this as well. Gnome Home is what you've got here. That's where Gnome Boy lives in, his Gnome Home.
Gnome Boy and Gnome Girl and having no kissing under that gate, honestly.
Then you've got the Gnome Snow Scene as well, which is this one just here, which is fantastic. What else have we got in here? There's loads of stamps and dies in here for you. This is Gnome Child, which is that one just there. I don't know, Jan's just totally gone now. Gnome Girl is that one there. And then we're going to move on to those gorgeous printed printed vellums and the embossed acetate. So you've got 2 different styles here in the acetate, which is gorgeous. And then what we've got is that beautiful, it's kind of like a heat embossed vellum that is in there. It really is the most amazing quality that you've got on there. You're going to get 12 sheets of the acetates and vellums within there. Then what you're also getting, I mean, there's an awful lot in here. The value for money is exceptional, is always exceptional on our Nature's Garden collections, but this one I think we've really knocked it out of the park. And then what you're going to get is 48 sheets of the pad in here as well. Love the variation in colour, some of them very vibrant and modern, some very traditional. The same can be said for the designs on these papers as well. A really fantastic paper pad, that one. 48 sheets in there. Now with this particular collection, this is the one where you're going to get free shipping and handling and free postage and packaging. What I would also say is you're going to get 2 of these sheets, pads of the cardstock. Now it's 250 GSM. It's pearl, but it's not like super pearl. It's kind of like a satin, as Jan said, or sort of a muted pearl. It really is beautiful. It really hits tone with the rest of the collection. You will get 2 of those in this particular collection as well. So grab it, $89.95 or $115.95. Platinum members, $71.96 or $92.76. There is your price. Now, They've finally allowed us to have one in the studio. We've had this on for the last couple of weeks. It's the first time we've actually been able to get a physical sample of it. So we've brought it back for you. Now what this is from Totally Tiffany. It's a Lisa buddy bag. Now what you get is the buddy bag itself, of course, like all the buddy bags, it's clear. It's got that hook and loop technology on there as well. What it also has as well is the insert. There's a hard insert, as all of the buddy bags do. Now this is great, because of course you can store 12 by 12 paper pads in here. How often though, Jan, do you end up with like 8 pages left in your paper pad and it's just not worth keeping hold of the carrier anymore? So this is going to be brilliant, isn't it, for having those loose sheets in. I mean, some people even buy their sheets.
That's a really good idea,
Some
actually.
people buy their sheets loose. And the problem is when you try and store the loose sheets, they all end up getting dog-eared and, you know, tatty. This is going to keep them all excellent. Now you're actually going to get the Farmhouse Collection paper pad within here, and you're also going to get the Farmhouse textured cardstock pad within there as well. 2 beautiful pads in their own right, irrelevant of whether you own the actual Farmhouse Nature's Garden collection. And then this will then store in here, which is fantastic. This then, of course, will store into your lowest tote too. So in fact, you know what, I know how many of you have got so many paper pads. I've got visions of lowest totes being full of nothing but these Lisa buddy bags. Can you imagine? Yeah. Maybe you're going to have Nature's Garden collection, signature collections, Christmas papers, birthday papers. You could really organise it. You can put them into your lowest tote, or of course what you could do is, if you had a lot of these, you could stack them up and put them on a shelf and slide them in and out. You can by all means label the basis of this if you want to. Do get that, it's a great deal. $25.60, $31.20 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. Now we have talked about it, and I do genuinely believe this is your last chance to get hold of it. I said there was more than 50 to go around, or less than 50, sorry. There's actually less than 30 now of these to go around since we started the show. It all comes beautifully packaged in a big box, which Jan has got, actually. I'll quickly whiz through the stamps that you've got, and then I'll let Jan take us through all those other goodies that are in there as well. All comes in the beautiful, I mean, it is gorgeous, Jan, isn't it? That beautiful,
it is. It's got that rose
binder.
gold foiling on it. It's stunning.
Really beautiful.
Yep.
So I'll just quickly take you through the Verse stamps that you've got. So you've got with love, or thank you, with sympathy, inspirational, congratulations, heartfelt. Then you've also got female, birthday mail, and thinking of you. And then all the extra gorgeous bits that Jan's about to show us as well. It is fantastic, Jan, isn't it? And a great, great price as well.
It is, and it's one of those things that you've got everything together. So if you're wanting to do something along these lines that's got the inserts that all match, the stamps, there's just an array of stamps to suit every occasion that you might come across. So it all comes presented beautifully. A little bit like our kits that we started off with, but I just love that beautiful ivory colour. And then if I can get this to catch the light, can you see that rose gold foiling on there? It's absolutely stunning. So all tied up nicely, and inside here, as you're used to, we've got that beautiful presentation, and this consists of various elements that you can use in conjunction with the verses. So we've got a couple of sheets. You can see we sort of dipped into ours where we've been using them. A couple of sheets here. These are beautiful for actually using as an embellishment, or using on the closure of your envelope is really nice as well. So those are all in the silver and the rose gold, which goes through the whole theme. And then inside here you've got a variety of elements. So I'll start right at the bottom, and we've got our envelopes in here, but not just white. We've actually got some in that lovely sort of pale,
like an ivory almost, isn't it?
It's like a dark ivory, almost verging on a yellow there. It's gorgeous, the colour. And then we've got this lovely pastel sort of coral pink shade in there. So you get a selection of those in your 5x7, and then you get the card blanks to match. And again, you've got the different colours in there to go with them. And then I've also got the similar set in 6x4. So again, you've got those 3 colourways running through there in each one. And then in the card blanks, again, the 3 colourways to match. So you can actually mix and match these, or you can have your card literally match the same colour as the envelope. And then with that, we've sort of taken that a step further and thought about the inserts inside the cards. And you've got a selection of inserts, again, in the different colours. And these have actually got, and just get one out of here, these have got the foiling already pre-done inside them. So again, that rose gold on that one. And then you can stamp from our collection inside here to actually pop your sentiment. And these are the right size then to fit into your design. You've also got some vellum inserts as well. Really, really pretty. That's got the silver foiling on that one. And then again, you've got different sizes to match the different card blanks. So you've got your set in 6x4 as well. So really being thought out well. And then to top that, Joe's just flicked through the stamps, but those actually come in a beautiful binder that matches all this. So I'll just pop that one to one side. And this has got the same foiling on here now in that binder, and these are all categorized in here. It's even got the rose gold on the ring binder spine, and I just think, you know, attention to detail with this, it's really been thought through. They're all itemized, so you've got the tabs on the side to tell you the different collections that Joe's just read out. And then if you look, you know, just on this first one alone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 stamps just on that first section. And then it goes on, and you've got them for all those different occasions to cover them, and all beautifully kept in that binder, so that you've literally got, if you've got this on your shelf, you've got that go-to, and pretty much there got a stamp that you can use as a focal point. It could just be a sentiment, or you've got the verses, the little bit more detail that can go inside your card. So I'm going to flick right to the back of this one, because the stamp I'm after is right in that back section. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to do a demo for you with it as well. So let's just pop that to one side for a second. And I've taken one of those inserts. So I'm going to use that one with that lovely rose gold foiling on there. And then I've also taken just a piece of stamping card that I've cut with one of our nesting dies, and we're actually going to stamp the sentiment onto this one. So let's just pop that stamping platform back in place and pop this in the middle here.
John wants to know if you want a tea or a coffee, Jan. Or a coffee. Brilliant. With milk. I mean, I don't know why you're still mouthing. I mean, I've announced it now, but Jan's over there going,
Wheat black coffee would be lovely.
well, there you go.
I'm not used to saying it out loud.
Then we'll get John to show you his finery when he comes back as well. He's definitely dressed for the occasion, Jan,
sure
hasn't he?
is, isn't he? He's all ready, all good to go.
He is.
So literally, just got that the right size. I've just placed my stamp on there. Just make sure that's pretty straight on there. And then bring in the base. Pick that one up, and then again I'm just going to use a black stamping ink. It doesn't really matter, I am just stamping out a sentiment. So I've gone to our finesse black for this one, and I'm just going to ink that one up and stamp that onto my little die cut piece of card already.
CJ from Atlanta wants to know, if a gnome has no home, is he a nomad? Ha ha! You should come and work here, CJ.
Love it. A nomad.
A nomad.
Oh dear. Oh, I have all the gnome jokes coming in.
We do.
Right, so
There's just
pop
no
that
need
one
for it,
down.
really, is there?
Oh gosh, there's no stopping them. Now then, I've got a bit on that side that's not stamped out. My ink's still on there. I've obviously not pressed it down very well at that side. So let's just give that an extra little press. Because I've got that stamp press in there, we've got that last bit going on there. So that's going to be my main sentiment. That's going to be the focal point on my card. And I have also cut the next layer in some gold mirror card that we're actually going to mat and layer that one up on. So that's for the front. And then I want to stamp inside that insert there. So I'm going to pop this down on here as well. And I'm just going to take the happy birthday one off that same sheet, and we're going to stamp that one on the inside of our insert just there. So let's just take that one off, give it a wipe over. That's about as much cleaning as my stamps usually get.
They don't seem to mind though, Jan.
Honestly, they're really I'm not the best at cleaning stamps. I don't have any fancy stamp
I'm just not the best
cleaners.
at cleaning generally, to be honest.
Oh, I know.
Jan.
Life's too short.
It is.
When you can be crafting, it's well too short. But
come on, John, come in and show everyone do you want us to have a look at John's? Should we have a look at John's? He's ready for the match. Look, bless him.
He's all ready.
Back. Look.
Here he goes. Hey.
Watch the comments go. They'll be on fire now.
So I'm just going to pop that one inside on our insert. So we've got that lovely detail inside there. Okay.
What's a gnome's favourite Christmas film, Jan?
A gnome's favourite Christmas. Home a gnome?
Gnome alone.
Gnome alone. Yeah. Close.
Nearly, close.
Oh, look at that. That's lovely. Let me just put that over the way so that I don't knock it over. Right, so we've got our insert going on there as well. So let's pop that to one side and we'll put this together now. So I've got my mats and layers. I've got the base card in the white, and then I've taken a piece of the gold mirror card there, and then just a little piece, and this is actually from the Caring Thoughts paper pad. So again, mixes and matches. That colour tone, that corally pink matches beautifully with that particular collection. So again, we'll just pop a little bit of tape on the back of that one.
I feel very seen by Renee, Jan. She says, Joe, I've come to the conclusion that you are the instigator, getting everyone laughing hysterically. Apparently this doesn't really happen when I'm not here, she says, which I fail to believe, Jan.
I don't know.
It does happen apparently according to Charlotte, but just not to this extent.
Maybe they're not all as funny as you are, Joe.
I mean, I think that's the only conclusion we can draw, don't you, Jan?
It really is, yes.
I grabbed my iPad just in time for a John sighting, says Pamela. Here we go, Jan. Here we go.
Oh, don't. I don't want him running around distracting everybody.
Yeah,
no, bless him. Right, so again, we're just matting and layering at the moment. And then on the insert, depends how you like to do them. You can either pop your adhesive down the back here and stick it in at the back, so that when you open the card, you've got that extra leaf to open to reveal your sentiment. Or alternatively, you can pop the glue here, so that when you open the card, it automatically opens that one with it. Now, I actually like to put it on the back. I'm like you, Joe. I like that extra sort of page to open, to think, oh, yes, another little surprise in there.
I love a floaty insert.
Yes, a floaty insert. So again, I'm just going to pop that almost up to the fold, but not over the score line, in there, so that when you actually open this up now, you've got that, oh, there's something else going on. I mean, you could stamp something else here. You've got plenty to go at in that set. And then when you open it up, you've got that gorgeous detail that all matches inside.
Do you know what you don't see so much of anymore? Multi-insert cards.
Yes.
Do you ever remember? I remember having, when I was younger,
like a little book
they were like a little
inside.
book, and they would have and they would be very heartfelt, but you'd have lots and lots of really lovely sentiments.
Yes, I do remember
and it would be like a little story almost on the inside.
Yes, you often found them on Christmas cards as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Or a lot of anniversary cards or wedding cards seem to have them. You could definitely create those with this, couldn't you?
You could. As I say, there's so many to go at that you could literally stamp several sentiments in one go. So this is literally going to be the focal point on the front here. I'm going to risk the foam pads again, seeing as they behaved earlier. Me and the foam pads, if you've been watching me, you know that me and foam pads don't get on at all. But I won't
sticking with it though, Jan.
I won't give up on them. I'm not a quitter, Joe. I do like to try and master things, so I am sticking with it. I've just cut down. I got very foam pad happy on one show, and I think I set myself up for a fall. I don't know what on earth I was thinking while I was prepping. I just got a bit giddy with them all. Right. But I'm just keeping it to a minimum, and they are actually behaving, look, today. So we're going to go sort of fairly central and make that our detail on there. And then I've got a lovely pink bow just out of some pink satin ribbon there. We're just going to take the back off that one ready. And that's going to go on that bottom corner there. And then again, one of my favourite little dies in the Caring Thoughts collection was that lovely little layered butterfly there. I just absolutely adore it, and it's got the open wings.
Is that from is it Caring Thoughts?
Caring Thoughts, yeah. I love it. And I make these and I just keep them in a little basket so that I've got different colours and different ones to go.
Because is there like a rose that goes, is there a floral one as well? Yeah, both beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, I'm just going to put glue on the body because I want the wings to be able to stay free from the card. And then I'm just going to put that on as an extra embellishment up at the top there. Just keep my finger on that tacky glue for a second. And that's using elements from that lovely Verse Compendium. Now, my producer's just given us a stock update, Joe, and that was scary.
Less than 20 now of these to go around.
Can you see that? Let me move the big binder there. So yeah, nice and simple, just letting that sentiment do the talking, and then inside you've got that lovely insert to match.
Beautiful. Really,
So that's
really
your
gorgeous.
Verse Compendium, soon to be no longer by the sounds of it.
I tell you what we're going to need to do. We're almost in that position where we've got more of you trying to get this and we actually have stock available. As I said earlier, there is no plans to reorder this whatsoever once it has sold out. I'd imagine maybe we'll have extra instalments for you that might go into this at some point. You know, extra pages of sentiments that go with it. It has been very popular. You never know, there might be a completely different version of it. But if you want it, now is your very, very last chance. In fact, what I think we should do is give you an opportunity to check those baskets out so you don't miss any of Jan's fabulous demos. Whilst you do that, what I want to do with you is share all the details of US shipping. Take a look.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Absolutely, what are you waiting for indeed. Now we're going to move on. We're going to look at something that launched just yesterday, in fact, and was incredibly busy. And it is the Creator Card, the sort of latest instalment from Creator Card. And it is, of course, the Creator Scene card. It's not what it's called, is it?
Centerpiece. The Christmas Centerpiece Creator Card.
Create a Scene, is that tomorrow? Hey, we'll all be creating a scene tomorrow if we win the football tonight, honestly, Jan. I can't even imagine. We'll be creating a scene in the second half of this show. 12 minutes to go, Jan, is all I'm going to say. 12 minutes to go. Basically, 12 minutes and Jan will be presenting, guesting, producing and directing the show at this rate, I think. Are you excited, Jan?
I'm nervous, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm surrounded by all these football fans and I'll be honest, I'm not a big football fan. So they're like, oh right, that's it, you can take the show, Jan. So who knows what's going to happen in the next
Absolutely.
Sort of
It's a Jan takeover. So they are the Christmas Centerpiece dies. You get 6 of them in here. I knew that really. I was just testing them in the gallery, making sure they're paying attention. So you get Cascading Snowflakes in here. You also get the Follow the Star. You've got the gorgeous deer one here as well. Then we have 'Twas the Night. This one here with the baubles, what you can't really see on these boards, what I'm sure Jan will show us in a moment, is the beautiful, beautiful embossing detail that you get in each one of these as well. And you've got Sprig of Holly in here, £41 or $50, which is brilliant value for 6 creator cards And you've also got platinum discounts there, taking them to $30 to $80 or $40, which is absolutely amazing. 60% of this is gone. Lynn says, oh no, I missed John. I think we may need another look. I'm sure you'll see him before the end of the show. Teresa loves the Verse Compendium. Adriana saying, I used my compendium for a sympathy card this week. My friend just texted to thank me, so thank you, Crafters Companion. Susan says, already have mine, talking about the verses, love it. Hoping for an anniversary themed page of verses to add to the binder. Who knows? Watch this space, but a lot of love for that compendium. Less than 15 now of those to go around. I'm just hearing a lot of you checking out under that last video there. Right then, Christmas centerpieces, Jan.
Yes, we're going to have a play with those now, and I've got the 'Twas the Night one, which is an absolutely gorgeous sort of night skyline, and then it's got the Santa and the sleigh in the sky over the top of it. So we're going to have a play with that one. Yeah, I'm not going to do it in the black. We're going to do red and white. Excuse me. Do you know, every time the camera comes forward, I end up with a sort of horse.
A horse? Have you got a horse back there?
A horse throat.
Oh, a horse throat.
A horse throat, yeah. I was halfway through the sentence.
There's a horse back there.
I must have known. My cup of coffee that John made's just done the trick. Yeah,
and how is it? Is it better than Jake's?
I don't know whether Jake's ever made me a cup of coffee.
Well, there you go. It must be better than Jake's.
Honest.
Is it better
Johnny
than John's?
tried to poison me.
Johnny did. Why?
Yeah, weak black coffee. He just did not get the concept of weak. It came and it was like ink. I could smell it just from the. And I
like
thought,
tarmac.
oh, it was like.
Not talking about yours, John. Don't worry.
No, yours is beautiful.
Talking about
just
Johnny's
the job.
coffee. Honestly,
it was Johnny that tried to poison me with a cup of ink. He
Yeah.
did. Yes. He's like, it's good for you. Get it drunk.
Wow.
So literally what we've got here then, these are similar to our everyday centerpieces, which we launched a few weeks ago, but we've now got the Christmas scene. So we've actually got that scene strip, but there are breaks in the cutting points here. So I've got the sleigh at the top here, the top of the antlers on here, and then obviously along the bottom there is no cutting line at all. So it means that it's going to stay attached to your card and just cut the detail out of the middle. So what I've done is I've made myself, we're on a 6x6 card here, and these are 6 inches across here, and I want to cut this out of part of the card. So I'm just going to pop a piece like this over the top of the card, and I'm going to use that as a position, and then I want to cut this into the middle here. So we're going to take some low-tack tape, and it is worth popping this in place so that it doesn't move, especially if you're wanting it in a certain position on your card there. So let me just pop that back on there just to double check. Pop that one up to the top there, and then make sure it's taped in place. So
Do you know who loves this set, Jan?
This what, sorry?
Yeah, this set of dies. Susie T loves them. She says, I love this set. Christmas piece dies are just beautiful. I can't wait to receive them. Ordered them Thursday. I hoping they will be here soon. No doubt they will, Susie.
Do you know, I've seen people posting on social media, and the guys in the warehouse are working their socks off because the orders are arriving so quickly. I think when Leon launched the Gnome Collection, there were a couple of people posted that they got it within either the next day or a couple of days later.
Yeah, I think what has happened, savvy crafters have worked out, Jan, that a lot of the time the offers go live. By work out, I've told them that usually 48 hours before the show, it's there sometimes. So a lot of you are checking. But you've worked it out. You worked it out after I told you, essentially. Which, I mean, I will get told off, but I don't care. So yeah, a lot of people are ordering it 2 days before, and it's turning up in the UK the day that the day it launches.
Savvy, that, isn't it? Very savvy. So what we're going to do then, I'm going to add the embossing mat in here, because you can just see, if we have a closer look at that all those cutting points have made contact, and we've got all that beautiful detail where the cutting edges are. But if I turn this over, if you check your dies out, and I just flip that over while we've got that close-up on the camera, wherever there are gaps in your die that don't have a cutting edge, that's a perfect opportunity to actually emboss.
Nice.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this in the die, And I'm just going to, it's only this little bit, so I'm just going to use my smaller embossing mat over the top. And then just remember, when you're using your sequence, if the embossing mat's in, then the rubber shim, the magnetic shim needs to come out.
What happens if you leave them both in?
You could end up in problems.
Okay.
Yes. You're going to end up sort of possibly damaging the rubber embossing mat. I think you'd find that it's harder work to get it through the machine, and quite often the machine will do its job and it will stop and it will say, no, not having it, and it spits the plates back out.
Bit like Johnny in the second half of this show then, really.
What, spitting his coffee
or
out?
just say, no, sorry, computer says no.
So we just take that through with the embossing
There's less than 10 of the Verse Compendium
on.
left, Jan.
Oh, wow.
Less
that
than
is going
10.
to go, isn't it?
It
Without
is single
a doubt.
figures now. More of you trying to get hold of it than there is stock available. So do check it out if it is in your basket. It's pretty much your last chance right here, right now.
So what we'll do now then is we'll just take that tape off just gently. So just roll that back to get that off the card.
Bernie Corner's been in touch. Oh, Bernie, you can always rely on Bernie, can't you, when you need her for a good limerick.
What's she up
So
to?
she says, there once was a big footy match, which England was hoping to snatch. While Jan sticks her phone, Johnny goes for a roam with his phone and the door on the latch.
She's
Excellent,
brilliant.
Bernie. Excellent.
Honestly, I don't know. I've tried. It took me ages just to write one. And honestly, she knocks them out like nothing on earth, doesn't she? So when we take this away now, just gently, again, we're on white cardstock, but I just want you to have a look now, particularly at the rooftop areas, and just see our Charlotte's coming in. Look, let me just, that way. I will get this right one day. I've only been doing this job 3 years now. And
I've been doing it 11 and I still go the wrong way, Jan.
Honestly, oh, there's no hope for me then, is there? You've got the little snow sort of pieces on the roof here. You've got the tiles have embossed out there beautifully. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Fantastic there, look. She's good on that camera. So it just adds that little bit of extra detail in there. So again, watch out for those areas, as I say, that have got, you can see them in the die, that they've got the holes in, the shapes in, but there's no cutting edge around them. And that's a dead giveaway that those are going to be embossed pieces. The other thing that you can do as well, if you leave your die in place, if you want to, you can use it as a stencil and actually ink through here as well. So if you wanted to add some extra detail, you can ink through them as well. So you've got the cut, the emboss and the stenciling aspect. So what we're going to do with this one, just make sure all those pieces of... the other thing as well with embossing them is it's a surefire way. I didn't actually poke any pieces out of this at all. It's a really good way of making sure that all the pieces fall out nicely. So what we're going to do, I've got some beautiful cherry red Centura pearl there. Another one of my favourites, and we're going to pop this one behind that front here.
I bet
so
that
we've got
Acetate and Vellum from the Gnomes would work really well, wouldn't it?
That would look nice with the snow on it, wouldn't it? Or the snowflakes.
They are still available individually, those Acetates and Vellums as well. So you want to stock up on extras, or you want to just go for them individually away from the full collection, you've definitely got the opportunity to do that. You'll find it all over on the website under the Shop the Show section.
So I'm just going to add some glue to those full panels at the top and bottom. And then I'm going to take my dotty, I'm going to swap that one out for the dotty tape pen, just to get a little bit of adhesive on some of these elements that have been die cut there. So just to make sure everything's sticky, not stick it to myself.
Oh,
and then we're literally going to pop this one, and I'm going to try and line it up so that this fits all the way inside. So we'll just centre that on there, and I think the easiest way is going to be to close that one onto it. And if it's not quite lined up, I can always trim it at the end there. So that looks quite good there. So we've got that red behind. And then I've just cut 2 strips, and I'm working with white stamping card and the cherry red Centura pearl, and we're going to pop one at the top, and then I've got one to go at the bottom as well. Okay. In fact, we might go with that one at the bottom. It's a little bit wider there, and that one at the top. So we'll pop those down. Just put a piece of red ribbon around the wider one there. So we're just going to line these up with the edge of the card there onto that one. And then the same on here at the bottom, just to line up those details.
Not too much. You don't really need to do too much with these, do
don't
you?
need
I
a
love that,
lot,
you know, they
no.
pretty much create They create the card blank and all the detail for you in one go, really. What, a little bit of sentiment, Jan, and you're sort of good to go, really, aren't you?
Yep. And then I've just used some of my old wording dies, which I've just put through the sticker maker there. And I'm going to pop the wording. You know, it's like, I always think, do you believe? I know you get to, when you've got kiddies, Joe, you get to that point where they're like, oh, Mum, Santa's not real, you know. And you have that conversation.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, and I just think, I used to say to them, if you don't believe, he might not bring you anything.
I believe now, Jan.
I still believe.
I do, and I
love
still
it.
get presents.
Do you know, we actually have Santa come round our estate, and it's the highlight of our December. It's one of the local charities that do it. They've got a massive, great big sleigh that they've got attached to the back of a vehicle, and he comes round and he does all his waves. I mean, there was a time where you could go and have your photo taken with him, but obviously at the minute, with all the social distancing in place, last year it was just a wave as he went by. And of course it was my little grandson's first Christmas, and it did go quite far. We were a bit disappointed. We were all giddy, and we were like, we couldn't wait to get out there, and you can hear him coming because the music's really loud. They play all the traditional Christmas songs, so you've got Slade and Wizard and all those, but later we all ran to the front door, bearing in mind we're supposed to be social distancing anyway, ran to the front door, and whoosh, he'd gone by the time little and had only just got a chance to wave before he went past. So yeah, I think they were actually, they were just doing the rounds there, they really were. So again, just gives you an idea.
A lot on, you see. The problem is a lot of the elves were having to self-isolate, and see, so they're not at full capacity, so we had to do the rounds super quick. Yeah, elf isolation.
Yeah.
That's a good one, Johnny, that wasn't mine.
Oh my days.
Ah, he's here all week. Have the beef, he says.
We've got that sort of centerpiece in the middle there, and just a few little embellishments to add to it. But I just think it shows it off, and as I say, especially worthwhile doing that embossing in there. I've just seen the clock tick over to 8 o'clock now, so this is it. All hell might break loose in the next 50 minutes or so. Right, number 3 there then.
Oh, right, let me just quickly recap everything that's in there for you. Jan is holding the fort superbly now. Right, Cascading Snowflakes. This is what you're going to get in here as we go. So, Cascading Snowflakes. The Follow the Star is the next one here. This is that one with the gorgeous deers in there. You've got the 'Twas the Night. There's also Opulent Baubles there, and also Sprig of Holly as well. Grab those, $32.80 or $40 if you want to get your hands on those. Loads of you absolutely, oh, here we go, loving this at the moment. Jan, your cards are always so beautiful. Cheryl says, how lovely Cheryl. She says, I love it when you're here and I miss you when you're not, Joe.
Oh,
how sweet is that?
That's nice, isn't it?
I wonder if it's me mum logged into someone else's account. No, it's probably not. Kathy's ordered the snow, can't wait to receive it. But next up, we are going to have a look at the craft kit, which is the pop-out scenes, which is this one just here, which is fantastic. So you get loads in here. Also, don't forget what you do get is you get full video tutorials as well. crafterscompanionbox.com. So make sure you pop along there. Over 200 elements within this one, and loads in here. Die stamps, card blanks, ribbon, coloured card, printed papers. You're going to make at least 24 cards with this, which is excellent. But then you're going to have loads of hardware, as I like to call it, that you're going to be able to use time and time and time again, which is fantastic. They are great value for money. The value is off the chart. 50 bonus points on this, don't forget. And also, those of you that are in the subscription service, you will be receiving this if you haven't done so already. So you don't need to reorder or worry about anything like that. What a great starting point, though, if you are fairly new to crafting these, Jan. Oh, Jan's just having she's just having a little sip of coffee. Sorry, Jan. Sorry, just caught you unaware there. It's a branded mug, people. It's a branded mug.
I just needed a quick drink there. I knew you'd catch me out. I was like, shall I shanta? There we go. Do you know, these have become a collector's item, Joe. They really, I've lost him now. Where's he gone?
I'm here, Jan. Don't worry, I'm here all along. Just get me coffee.
Actually become a collector's item. I know people that have got every single one of these. This is number 38 in our series of collection kits. And
some of our viewers have got all of them, Jan, haven't they?
Some of them have. I must admit, I've got a couple missing that I missed out on because they sold out really quickly, but got quite a lot of them myself, and they're all up on the top of my cupboard. And I started off with a nice, neat row of them with all the numbers showing, and then I've got that many now that they're all just cast on the top and wherever wherever I can fit them. So pop out scenes in this one. So you've got two lovely little sets of metal in here that create those scenes. Always says on the front, makes a minimum of 24 cards. And I think that minimum is actually a really sort of key one. Oh my goodness. They're running around, honestly. You wouldn't believe it. You'd have to be here to believe it, honestly. I guess we've just scored, have we? Oh my God!
Oh, sorry, Jan. Sorry.
Come and do a round.
Oh my word!
He's here, look. He's coming. He's coming. I do apologise to all our
I have to
lovely
just let you
customers
know
out there,
that England are 1-0 up in the final of the European
They've only been on
Championships.
4 minutes.
2 minutes 36.
Johnny can't control it. Are you all right in there, Johnny?
Okay, right, let's hold it together. Jan, back to you.
Back to the pop-out scene. Johnny's having heart failure in my ear here. Do we need to send a medic round there yet? So as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, that makes a minimum of 24 cards. So let's have a little look. Over 200 elements in there again, and we've got that lovely packaging. Now I've taken all these out so that you can see them, but everything comes now in the beautiful sort of dotty packaging. So all the little envelopes are all labelled up when you get yours. This one says metal dies. Taken them out so that it's easier to show you and pop those in the bottom. So the actual main focus on this particular one are the two pop-out elements. So you've got those lovely circle dies with the details inside. So this one's got a little fairy and a deer inside it. And then you've got the party there with the birthday cake and the balloons. And each one of these comes with its own matching stamps. So you've got stamps that are relevant to the balloon one. Okay, and you've got stamps there that are relevant to that lovely little scene with sort of magical times are ahead. Let's leave a little sparkle wherever you go. You've got the little butterflies in there. So that's the main theme. And then as always in here, we get all the extras. So you've got your cards in here that come in 5x7. You've got 6x6 and you've got 6x4, and we always put you the matching sized envelopes in there. So you've got the 3 different sizes in the envelope. So that's sort of the basis. And then in order to decorate those, you get a selection of pattern papers and plain cardstocks. If I just flick through these for you, just look at that one. How cute is that with all the little rabbits on?
Gorgeous.
Okay. Oh, he's back in the room. He's back in the room. He is, our Johnny. Okay.
Have you ever
composed
heard?
Yourself?
I really wish we could record the talkback from this show and play it out for you.
Absolutely.
I have never heard a squeal like it. I ran out the studio expecting there to be people out there that I could go and hug, Jan, and I realised when I got outside, there's no one here. It's just us.
Oh dear. And then last but not least, you get your embellishments. So you've got the ribbons there in the colours to match those beautiful papers. I love this sort of really deep, it's almost like a racing green in there. It looks a little bit black on the screen, but it's the most
it's
gorgeous
a little bit lighter
shade
in person, isn't it?
of dark green in there. It's beautiful to match those papers, 3 different widths, and then you get those lovely pearl adhesive embellishments as well, just for decorating with. So really, really nice collection. I've not got a demo planned with this one today because we had so much on the show. We've had to sort of be a bit choosy, but I have got a few samples just to show you some ideas. So with that little scene die, we've actually got leave a little sparkle wherever you go, and then when you open it up on that fold line, you've got that lovely little scene there, and we've got the butterfly on a little bit of thread there just as a twirly, and then you can see some of those embellishments down the side there just to decorate. And then this one's got the scene on the front here. So again, just done in silhouette. If I put my hand behind there, you can just see that detail. And again, we've got those little butterflies just on the spinner and just using some of the pattern paper inside there. And then the opposite one was the balloons. So you've got the stamp there on the front with those 2 balloons in there. And then when you open it up, you've got that lovely little scene there with the birthday party. You've got the little boy with his party hat on, the candles on the cake, and then those little spinny balloons to go around the centre, using the embellishments there to decorate with. piece of the ribbon. It all ties in beautifully. This makes a fabulous gift to somebody. If you're just starting your journey in craft, you've got a bit of everything in here to try. All you would need really to add to this is some glue to stick things together. So maybe one of our tape pens, and you're good to go. You've got everything in there. So again, that beautiful jade green ribbon there on the front. And then you've got that scene with the little fairy, and it looks like little Bambi deer, doesn't it, inside. Mixing that, you've got the butterflies in there, and then all those gorgeous embellishments in different sizes. So absolutely beautiful ideas there, just to give you some inspiration of what you can do. So that's number 38. Are you still with us, Joe?
Yeah, just about still with you. Right, what I want to do is give you an opportunity to check out your basket. So whilst you do that, why don't you take a look at how you can watch and shop at the same time?
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easy to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Katie says, chance to check out. What he means is a chance to check out the scores. That's what Katie says. Absolutely not. No, of course, that's not what I mean. Right, we're going to look at brush lettering next. I think we better just get straight into it, Jan, don't you? Here's all the options for you. So you've got thank you very much. You've also got hello from me to you. You've got happy birthday. Then you've also got thinking of you. Here you also have happy holidays. And then here you've got seasons greetings. You've also got Christmas wishes. Now this one is a Crafters TV exclusive as well, which is awesome. And you've also got Merry Christmas in there as well. Don't forget there's a craft along on the 25th of July for this. Brilliant pricing as well, $38.35 or $47.76 if you want to get the whole collection. They are all available individually for you as well if you want to get them like that. But I know, Jan, you love these, don't you?
That's got to be the quickest preview ever there, Joe. Absolutely. Honestly, we launched these last week and these flew out. You loved them. And I think there's so much versatility again. So I'm going to use the Merry Christmas one for my demo. So the idea behind these is that you've got that lovely bold wording to start with. And then you've got the font, that lovely cursive font to actually go with it. So you can stamp them as is on here. you can actually, I'm going to put the font through the middle here, so the cursive one through the middle. You can chop them and do them as separate bits. You could have this on the front, you could have this one inside. Again, lots of different ones. They are two separate stamps. So let's have a look what I mean by that. Just cut myself a piece of cardstock that's the right sort of length for my Merry. And we're going to pop this one right in the middle. Just pop the magnets so that I can get that down on there. Beautiful photopolymer stamps again. Just going to make sure that's lined up in the centre of there, and then pick that up with my my plate there, and then I'm going to stamp this in a turquoise sort of colour. We're going to go for parakeet, and these are just what I've had in my my kit while I've been here this weekend. If you've got the quick dry inks, it's perfect for this technique, and you know that all the colours run through the same. I've just actually got the opaque pigment one here because it's what I had in my box with me. So I'm just going to take some of that ink straight onto my letter in here, and we're going to stamp that one out on the cardstock first. And I'm going to do it a couple of times again to build up that colour. So we want to make it sure it's a nice deep sort of print on there. So first time down, plenty of pressure on there, just to transfer that ink. And then I'm going to ink up again. You can see that's coming along nicely. So it's a little bit faint in the middle there, but this is the beauty of having that platform, so that we can ink it up again and we can pop that over the top and build up that colour.
Can we use any of our ink pads with these, Jan?
Absolutely, yeah. I just grab literally what I had with me. As I say, the quick dry work really well because you know that those are dry then, ready for the next layer sort of thing. They're not going to smudge. This is actually the opaque one, but they're all the same family of colours, so they will all work. You could use your water reactive ones as well. So just make sure that we've got all that ink laid down nicely, and you've got that beautiful bold wording going on there. Okay, so let's just take some of that ink off here. And then I'm going to pop the Christmas, which has got that beautiful sort of cursive font on it. And we're going to pop that over the top.
We did talk about maybe mix and matching these as well, didn't we, Jan?
We
Some
did,
of the
yes.
brush lettering elements can go over some of the other backgrounds
absolutely.
as well.
So again, just give that, and that's as much as my stamps normally get. And you can see there that that's come back pretty good there. So a little bit of a wet wipe over it, and then a dry, and then pop it back on my carrier sheet there. And then I'm going to take the Christmas one, and we're going to line that one up right through the centre of that Merry just here. Okay, so prop it literally right across there. I'm going to go straight with this one, and then again pick it up with your stamping platform, and then I'm going to move over to a black ink through the centre. So again, I've just picked up one of the finesse inks. I'm not going to do much with it, so it doesn't matter whether it's actually the alcohol proof or the waterproof one. I just want that detail through the centre here. So we're going to stamp that one right through the middle of the Merry and pop that one on here. Okay. And again, if it's not quite bold enough, you've got that facility to overstamp, but I'm quite happy with that one. That looks okay over the blue. So again, give that one a little wipe, and we'll pop that one back on my carrier sheet so that I know that they're all safe.
I know we said it with the earlier stamp collection, Jan, but also these going to be brilliant, aren't they? You know, a lot of people maybe feel the pressure at Christmas. You've got loads and loads of cards to make. You could really make some very effective but quick cards with these.
Absolutely. Anything that's stamped like that, it's quite quick to produce. So, you know, in this instance, if I was batch making here, I would have my pieces cut to size, and then I would sort of literally go through and remove the card and stamp the Merry, take the next piece, stamp the Merry, take the next piece, so that I've got, you know, so you're making a dozen cards, get all that big stamp stamped out in one colour rather than swapping and changing every few minutes, and then pop them back in place and line up your script font, and then start to go through and stamp all those, so it will make it nice and quick for you to use. So we're going to mat and layer that just onto some red, just to sort of go with the colour theme that I've chosen for the card. So let's pop that one just on there.
And also maybe even using two sets of the brush lettering together. I know you've got things like Christmas and wishes, you've got Christmas and greetings in there as well.
Yep.
So definitely maybe think about mix and matching them in that way too. I just think they give you loads of opportunity.
And like we said, you know, you could stamp the main word on the front of your project and then use the sort of the cursive font inside. So you've got like a Merry on the front, Christmas inside.
Whenever you say cursive font, it always makes me think of cursing, Jan.
Cursing.
Yeah,
It's
which
a
is very
cursive
different to
font.
cursive.
So let's just get a few of the pens on the go, because I've stamped out, and you might recognise this one from one of our older sets of stamps. Just that cute little snowman there. So he's going to be my embellishment on this one. So I'm just going to add a little bit of colour to him, just to bring him to life. So in his scarf there, I'm going to pick out the turquoisey colour that we had in the stamp set. So we're just going to pop a little bit in here. And I've got one of these already done, but just to show you how I've arrived at that finished design there. So again, just to go down his scarf with the turquoise there. And then I'm going to do the same on his hat. So again, I'm not doing anything fancy with these. It is just an embellishment, so I'm not doing the shading and things like that. You've got a little bit of area on the stamp that shows you where the shading goes, but I'm literally just going to keep that one layer of colour. We'll have a little turquoise hat to match.
And I think sometimes we forget about flat colouring, don't you? know, we talk so much about shading and dimension and all those different techniques, but flat colouring definitely has its place, Jan, doesn't it?
It has, and I don't want people to think that it's not accessible. You know, we do all that shading and show you how to do it, but, you know, we all started somewhere. I couldn't do the shading when I first started. It's just sheer practice through the years that I've built it up, you know, and everybody's got to start somewhere. So if you just start just literally colouring, you know, anybody could do this. The kiddies could have a go at doing this themselves, and just work it from there. And then I'm going to take my red, and he's going to have a little set of red earmuffs there. So he's got a little earmuffs on because it's cold.
We've got another one from Bernie. She says, when England scored their first goal, the country erupted as a whole. Joe jumped all about while John ran in and out, and Johnny screeched like a baby foal. He did. You should have heard him. You should have heard him. You know when you hear the foxes in the night, it sounded a little bit like that, Jan. Which is not that dissimilar to Debbie Fisher's snoring,
I think that was being very sort of diplomatic. I would have said more like a banshee, I don't know, but that didn't rhyme, did it, honestly?
He banged his knee on the desk when he jumped out of his chair.
He banged his knee on the desk. My heart bleeds. And then literally all we're going to do just on the snowman, because he's white, I like to just add a little bit where that shading is, just to sort of give a little bit of definition. The problem was as well, Jan, that Johnny had his headset on and was attached to the desk when he jumped out of the chair, banged his knee, and then nearly decapitated himself with his headphone lead. Can you imagine? I can imagine. There's no wonder there was such a commotion. I'm going to have to turn him down if this happens again. He nearly deafened me.
He tried to turn you off at the same time, but didn't work.
I think we'll have some little turquoise buttons just to match those that scarf there. And then I need to take, what shall we go? We'll go with a tan one for the skis there at the bottom. Okay, so I've got one of these already done and cut out, but I just wanted to show you how we had arrived at that point. So here we go. He's got a pair of wooden skis apparently with the brown. I don't know what colour skis are.
I think they can be any colour, Jan.
Can they?
I went skiing once, I had very colourful salopettes.
Did you?
Yeah.
I can imagine. Did they have any glitter on them?
No, they didn't, I'm
afraid. You've let me down.
Yeah, they were all multicoloured.
There he goes. Look, we need a little bit of orange going on there. I've got an orange one. He needs this carrot in his nose, doesn't he? Look there. And then again, if you wanted to, you could add some of that glitter that we used earlier just to sort of jazz him up a little bit. We'll go with a bit of grey just to highlight around here. The fluffy stuff would look great on there as well. But you get the idea behind him. He's just a cute little character from some of the stamps that we launched last Christmas. And then again, if I bring in the one that I've actually done and cut out, you can see there just added that little bit in.
Gorgeous.
So he's going to be an embellishment on there. So let's pop those to one side. And then what I've done is I've actually made my card blank. Again, we've gone for that skinny this time, but we're going to go landscape. Used a bit of the same red that we used on the matting and layering. And then I've just used one of my dies from home there to create a panel with some of the extra detail on there. So again, just with my tape pen, we're going to pop that one onto there, and then I'm going to let that stamp do the majority of the talking for me. On there, I'm going to go, because they're behaving themselves, I'm going to be brave again. We're going to have some foam pads on there.
Anne's asking where the snowman came from. It's called Snow Much Fun, if I'm not mistaken, Jan.
I
say I'm not mistaken.
It was launched last Christmas.
Rachel,
there was a set of them.
Social media superstar Rachel, who's just the font of all knowledge when it comes to us here at Crafts TV.
Bless.
She says it's from a set called Snow Much Fun. So
Yep.
therefore, I'm going to take her word for it, Anne.
So again, we'll take those off the back there. And we're going to pop this one on just as a main feature there. And then we're going to have the little snowman. We'll pop him on the pads as well there. Seeing as they're behaving so well, we'll go for it. There's a couple on there. And then we'll pop him in this corner here. And then I've got a couple of little gems left over from earlier, so we'll add those as well. Just take those off there, and we're going to put those on there, I think, just to add a bit of bling to it. So again, that stamp doing all the centre, all the work there at the beginning.
How you managed to create that in all this chaos, Janet? It's quite remarkable, really, isn't it?
I have a button that says off behind
Do you?
me. No,
What
I
does it say
do
before
that.
off? Just
I
off?
wouldn't do that. Yeah, just off.
Shall I quickly whiz you through these the stamps that you've got in here then? Let me take you through the different sets you are getting. You will get all of them as well. So you've got hello from me to you. You've then got thank you so very much. The next one here is happy birthday. You're also going to receive thinking of you. You've got happy holidays in here as well as season's greetings. Then there is Christmas wishes. Now this is the one that is exclusive to us here at Crafters TV. You will not find this one anywhere else. And finally, Merry Christmas in there for you as well. 38.35 or 47.76 if you want to get a hold of those. Now something else that is available in stock over on the website is of course the Ultimate Pro, and here's Ben to take you through all the details.
The Ultimate Crafter's Companion is an all-in-one compact carry case which is going to allow you to score, measure, trim, emboss and embellish. The case incorporates 10 vital paper crafting tools all rolled into one lightweight and portable product. If you're crafting at home, this makes a great workstation. Or the carry case design allows you to easily pack up everything you need for crafting on the move. With the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make hundreds of different cards in all shapes and sizes. Working with standard card and paper size, you can fold anything, from basic bifold, trifolds and gatefold cards, right up to pop-out, jump-up cards, or even more complex keepsake books. Simply rest your cardstock against the carefully calculated grid lines, read off the desired size, and use one of the specially designed scoring tools to create an accurate and very professional crease. Every card needs an envelope, and with the Ultimate Crafter's Companion, you can make envelopes in any shape and size to match all your handmade cards. Package your delicate craft projects in colour-coordinated matching envelopes and add a professional finishing touch. No longer will you be restricted to making cards to correspond with ready-made envelope sizes. With hundreds of possible size combinations, your imagination is the limit. And for those really special dimensional cards, you can create 3D box envelopes to not only house, but to protect your handmade card creations. Create your own boxes in any shape and size, from a matchbox right up to a shoebox. All of the calculating and measuring has been taken care of for you, so you can simply follow the guide and create custom-sized boxes which fit together perfectly. Triangular, hexagonal, diamond-shaped boxes are all possible, as well as your regular boxes.
You can also create specialised exploding boxes or expanding boxes too. You can even make your own favour boxes for those special occasions. Any craft tool box should include a paper trimmer, and when you're crafting on the go with the ultimate paper crafting tool, you'll need a paper trimmer at your fingertips. The integrated trimmer stores inside the tool and clips into place for easy access. The ergonomically designed cutting mouse holds a standard size blade, which is very easy to replace. Create delicate embellishment for your paper crafting projects with the integrated bow maker. The simple 6-step process will allow you to create perfect bows in an instant. For paper embellishment, you can use the decorative embossing shapes which are featured throughout the board. Emboss onto special papers, vellums or even acetate to create your own intricate toppers. Everything you need comes included with the tool and stores inside for easy access. Each unit includes a full colour instruction book, cutting mouse and ruler, the bow making pegs and 2 specially designed scoring and embossing tools. Whether you're crafting on the move or using this as a complete workstation at home, the Ultimate Crafter's Companion provides you with all the tools you need at your fingertips.
All the details there of the Ultimate Pro, which is awesome. Right, what I'd like to do is take a moment, so busy on that, to remind you of some of the other amazing things that are coming up you've seen so far in the show. This is that amazing Gnomes Collection. This is the one where you're going to get 2 of the luxury card pads in here. Absolutely incredible value, $71.96 or $92.76 if you are a Platinum member. Don't forget, we also had the Christmas Centerpiece collection. Now, not only do you get 6 of the dies in here, you're also going to get, there we are. You're also going to get the acetate in there as well, which is brilliant. $32.80 or $40 if you want to get your hands on that one. There are two of the Verse Compendium left, and that is it. If it is in your basket, you're not checking it out in the next 30 seconds or so, you are absolutely going to miss out. So do not miss out on that one. Don't forget also about the pop-out scene. It is your brand new craft kit. Remember, $24.99 or $19.99 if you are, of course, a Platinum member, which is incredible. I want to come back and I want to take you through the incredible Be Beautiful collection, the Nature's Garden collection. This is one of those hotly anticipated collections that we've launched in recent times. Let me run you through everything that you're getting in here. So first up, you're going to get Bees and Flowers, which is this incredible, beautiful, slim embossing folder, as you can see here. You've also got Be Happy, and that's kind of like an edgeable, but it is going to cut out as well as giving you that wonderful edge detail. Next up, you've got Be Beautiful Sentiments right here. We then have the Bees in the Nature. Now, this is that cut and emboss folder for you, which is excellent. You've then got a creator card, and I love this one because it's a slightly unusual size when it comes to the creator cards that we normally see, which is awesome. And then what you've also got is this one here. Now, this has got beautiful cut in detail for you. The great thing about this is that you can use it on any angle as well. So it really is really versatile when it comes to the things you can do. These stamps are brilliant. Now, these stamps are actually layerable. So it means that you can layer these up in different colors. You can use all the different elements. You could maybe heat emboss certain elements of that if you wanted to as well. We're going to move into the stamps and dies now. Now, a lot of this is very bee themed, but I think this floral one here you could use in loads of different ways. I also love the fact that these bee embellishing bees, you've got them in lots and lots of different styles in here too. So that's your bee blooms. You've also then got as well the bee hive. So any beekeepers out there, you've got that poppy seed head, the poppy, the little bee house in there as well. This one here is your honey bee. And again, that gorgeous stamps and dies you've got. Of course, use the stamps on their own, or use them together with the stamps and dies. It is completely up to you. I thought I'd lost my pads then for a moment, Jan. Here they are. Right, you do get the pads included as well. We have repeated the launch offer for you as well. Now, the imagery in here is beautiful. I love how warm the colourways and tones are in here. You've also got a really great mix of imagery in there. Definitely elements that you'll be able to fussy cut in there too, which is fantastic. All kind of beautifully uncoated as well. So if you did want to stamp up onto this or ink onto it, then I think you're absolutely going to be able to. And then what you've got here as well is 24 sheets of the luxury pearlescent cardstock in there as well. Absolutely gorgeous quality. $79.99, $112 is your price there on that. What an awesome collection. Loads of you went for this, loads of you absolutely love it. And it is a gorgeous collection, Jan, isn't it?
It is. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, Joe. So yeah, what I wanted to do, I've got a demo planned with this, but I was just sat thinking while Joe was showing the bits and pieces there, and what I'm going to do is just skip back a step. If you were watching us this afternoon, we had the brand new airless misters on from Cosmic Shimmer. Now, I
Do you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Careless Whisper.
Careless
Mister.
Whispers.
Careless Mister. I wondered why it was making me chuckle a bit earlier.
Airless Mister, that's like the new version
Airless-
of it, isn't
Airless
it?
Mister, Careless
challenge
Whisper.
our Bernie, if you're still watching, Bernie.
Yeah,
to
get
come
one
up
in
with a new
those for
limerick
those,
for us that
Bernie.
was a Careless Whisper that's now an Airless Mister. That's brilliant. You've got some rhymes there already. But what I wanted to do, this was the most popular colour by far earlier, so I haven't checked the stock, but if you've got this in your basket and you bought it earlier, I just want to show you how well this is going to go if you've got that beautiful collection. So the idea behind the airless mister means it's not going to clog. There's no air trapped in here for it to get stuck and clog that nozzle up. So just make sure that your nozzle's pointing down. A light spray on here, but just look, I'm going to show you this. Look at the depth of colour on there. And then if you think about the papers in that pad that Joe's just shown you there, it's a perfect match to work with that particular collection. So those of you that have got it, well done, all right? But it is still available on the website.
Half gone though, that honeybee, Jan.
So if you don't like all the depth of it, you can just take some of those splodges out. But this would be great, you know, for sort of die cutting into, stamping onto and working with that particular collection. Now the papers that I chose to work with are actually the green ones, and we're actually going to make a tag, especially for our Joe, because he likes his tags.
I love them.
But if you look at that yellow with the yellows in that theme, it's the perfect match. It's almost as if they knew when they were launching the colours that we'd got this collection going on. So I just wanted to sort of point that out, because I know a lot of you went for it earlier, but any of you that have got that beautiful collection already, or if you're thinking of buying it tonight, it's worth popping back and having a look at that one and popping that in there to work with it. So let me just pop that one to dry. I think I've done reasonably well at not getting everything covered in ink, including myself. And then to come back to what we're going to work on here, I've just taken some stamping card, cut it down to size, and we're actually looking at about 7.5 by 4 inches. And then I've covered both sides of it with elements from that beautiful paper pad. So we've got the plain dots on the reverse, and then I chose the one that's got this feature down the one side. And then I'm going to use certain elements from the kit to work with it. So the actual Sweet as Honeycomb, which is like almost like a creator card die, I'm going to cut out of some of the green pearlescent card that was part of the paper pad. So we're going to cut into this one with the die. So I'm just going to take this one into place with a little bit of, oh no, I've lost the end on my tape, Joe.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no.
Here we go. I think I've got it. If not, I have one I prepared earlier underneath. Let's do that, otherwise I shall be looking for that the rest of the show. Here we go. So I'm going to tape it in the middle there, because that's obviously going to be like a cutaway part. And then that's going to fit. I just need the rest of my plates for the junior there. We're going to pop that one on the cutting plate, pop in my shims for the sandwich, pop the top one on, and then run that through the big Gemini there. So just make sure I've got rid of all that that yellow ink while that's running through there. And then this cuts out beautifully to give you that design. And then I'm going to chop into it. You know what I'm like about chopping things up. So we've got the details there. You also get all the little pieces here, which you could use as confetti to actually make a shaker if you wanted to. So I'd be keeping hold of those just to get that going. But in here, we just take that piece away that's got the tape on and get rid of the waste there. So let's get rid of that piece and 1 or 2 of these bits that are left inside. If you've got your die brush, you could use that to get these out. literally pop round there and get all those pieces out, and you've got the most intricate design with the honeycomb built into it that you can then start and use in your projects. So once you've got all those out, just use the release holes in the corner there and then just peel that one out gently. And if I pop this over that yellow now so that you can see it nicely, the design on there is absolutely
that's just, there's a match made in heaven,
Aren't
those
they
two,
just?
isn't it,
Yeah, I
Jan?
know when we were looking at it earlier, I thought that's the perfect colour. It's a proper honey yellow colour, isn't it? So I've done exactly that, and then what I've done is I've snipped into it here. So you can see where it's taken this corner here, and I've just sort of snipped around it. So you can take your little scissors and just follow the design and take away any elements that you don't particularly want to use in this case. So literally just snip it out, and you can see where it starts to come apart here. And I've just done that all the way around and just chosen a section of it that I wanted to work with. And this is going to be the first layer that we're going to pop on our tag. So this is going to go in the corner like this. So I'm going to use the dotty tape pen because we've got quite a lot of thin elements going on there. So if I just rest on here, just to go over that honeycomb bit, nice and light. And when you just use it lightly, it just hits the cardstock and not the details underneath. So just get a little bit of glue on all those pieces so that we can stick this one down. Okay. It's gone very quiet in my ear. They're all getting very serious. There's nothing happening, guys.
Nothing happening, no.
Nothing to
just,
report
I mean, I'm
just
just
yet.
engrossed and enthralled by your demo, Jan. You know how much I love tags, Jan. That is obviously why. I've waited so long for this.
I had you in mind when I thought, oh no, I got ready for a card. I thought, no, I'm going to make a tag for Joe. So that one's actually stuck onto there. And then the next bit that I've used, I've just popped that bit back on its sheet there. I then went to a couple of the stamp sets. So I've taken the beehive. And
Oh, beehive.
Oh, behave,
Oh,
Joe.
beehive.
I've actually taken this one already and stamped it out, coloured it in with my markers, and then you get the metal to cut this out as well. So in your pack you also get the items to die cut. So I've used the piece here and actually die cut that out ready. So that's going to go on our design as well. And then I wanted some little bees, but these were a little bit small on this one. So just by interchanging that for the one in the bee blooms, we've got these gorgeous ones that are a lovely size. And again, this comes with the dies to cut them out. And I've just done a couple of this size here that I'm going to use again as decoration. Coloured them in, popped a little bit of my clear overlay sparkle pen on their wings just to give them a bit of shimmer. So we've got a couple of little buzzy bees there. And then I think the butterfly was back in that original set here. You've just got that little tiny wee butterfly there that we're going to use again as embellishment. So I've got all those at the ready. Pop those to one side, and then especially for our Joe, I chose this especially for you, Joe, out of our sentiment collection, Beautiful Sentiments. It says, you're the bee's knees,
Oh,
Joe.
thank you.
You're the bee's knees. So we've got that one stamped out at the ready. So we've got a little bit of adding everything together. So I'm going to get the foam pads out again. And I've popped an eyelet in the top of here ready, and I've also got some bits of ribbon out of my stash that just met with it. I've got a little piece of yellow, bit of green. We're going to have a play with that, and I also had some nice little bits of pearl embellishments as well, so I thought we'd pop that right across the bottom. So let's have a play with that, and I'm going to use somewhere, there we go, I've covered it up. I've got some red line tape. I think it'll be the easiest to actually put that across the bottom.
Right, Bernie Corner has got back to us. There once was an airless mister. It won't make your paper blister. When Jan got it out, Joe gave a big shout with a rendition of Careless Whisper. Excellent,
You know, she's
Bernie.
brilliant.
Excellent.
Absolutely, I love it. I knew she'd be able to come up with something. Oh my days, right.
We're going to have a very, very fast and furious demo of the show.
Have we? Do
Day
I need to speed up?
and
Oh,
week.
let's pop this across the
I think we're
bottom.
all right. I think you've got about another 5 minutes, Jan. You'll
Yeah,
be all right.
I've only got to embellish now. We've done all the sort of the cutting, and I've done some of the stamping ahead of time. So we're going to pop the foam pads on, whoops, just a couple, Jan, don't get giddy, on the back of here. And then this one's going to go towards the bottom.
If we do run out of time, you'll win Demo of the Week with a nativity by default.
Do you think?
Oh, Bernie's watching. Don't say that.
What about our
That was what
Bernie's
Johnny said, not me.
gnomes?
That was what Johnny
Our
said.
little Bernie's gnomes.
Bernie really did love it and said that you deserve to win.
Right, so let's just pop that one on as our sentiment, and then we can decide where those bees are going to go. So this one's going to go higher up here, and then I'm going to go flat with the bees there. Are you all right over there?
Sorry, I went down the wrong hole.
Oh my days. So we're going to pop one higher up here at the top, buzzing around up there. We're going to pop one lower down near the hive. You know, these can actually be used, you know, you could use this as a topper on the front of a card then, you know, you could have it at an angle on the front of a card. You could use it as an actual gift tag and you've got space to write a message on the back. Or again, you could use them in your scrapbooking elements and have them, you know, sort of dotted around there. Whoops, not that one. We're going to put the glue on the back of the butterfly and pop the little butterfly settled as if it's just settled on the top of the hive there. And then what I thought we'd do is cut a couple of lengths of ribbon about the same length. And then hopefully I should be able to get both of these through that tag together. So I'm just going to pop these together and then poke them through from the back there. See if we can get those to go through together. That's it. And then we can literally secure that one at the front there. Just pop those pieces through. And then just get that one. And then once you've got them in place, you can decide how long you want them, where you want them to go, and just snip them at a nice sort of angle there. Just as decoration on the top. Whoops. And then the last bit, I've just got some little tiny punched flowers, which I've just created with one of my paper punchers out of some scrap card. And I did a half a dozen, I don't know how many we need, but I'm just going to dot around in places, just a few of those, just to add a little bit of yellow back in, because I wanted that colour to pick up the flowers. Whoops. Okay, so we'll just have...
Bernie just messaged back. All she says is Johnny in capitals, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. He says, sorry, Bernie.
You tell him, Bernie.
It's because he wants to take the gnome home, that's why.
And then we'll have one on the bottom there. That'll do there, okay. Move all those bits out of the way. And then I was going to, but obviously it needs time to dry. We've got the 3D pearl accents on there as well. So this one was Frosted Sky. I was going to dot a few bits of that round, but obviously that needs time to dry. So I think for now I'm just going to leave it there. All right, so we've got that decorated tag. As I say, whether you want to use it as a topper, use it as an independent tag, or pop it on a scrapbook page, however you want to use it. And you're the bee's knees. So that was number 5, I think, there.
So should we do then, should we have a quick vote of the
Shall we have a quick
It is going to
vote?
be a bit quick fire this evening. I know we are
Right.
cutting it a little bit fine, but have you got them all to hand over there,
I have.
Jan?
So number
Excellent.
1 then was the little gnomes. So we started the top of the show with the kissing gate and the gnomes. That was number 1. Number 2, we had a look at the Verse Compendium, and we made the one with the verse in. So that's number 2 with that lovely insert inside. Okay. Number 3 was the Centerpiece die. So we went along there with 'Twas the Night and created the little sleigh with the reindeer. Number 4 was those lovely brush lettering stamps. Merry Christmas with the little snowman there. And number 5 was our Beautiful collection with the tag on that one. So that's number 5. So 5 to choose from there.
Okey-doke, get your votes in. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. You've really not got very long. You've got 2 minutes to vote. So do get your votes in. Right, let me run you back through what you're getting in this gorgeous Beautiful collection. So you've got that gorgeous slim embossing folder in there first, which is just lovely. It's going to be ink. You're going to be able to ink that up absolutely beautifully. You're also getting in there as well this. I know it looks like an edgeable, but it's going to cut out as well as cut all that detailing in there for you as well. Then you've got your sentiments in here as well. Now this is your Beautiful sentiments that you can see just here. We've then got Bees in the Nature. Now this is your cut and emboss folder And then you've got Sweet as Honeycomb. This is a really lovely size creator card here. A little bit smaller than the ones we're used to seeing, but really usable. This one is another creator card, but a cut in. It's bumbling in the frame, which is beautiful. You've got your layerable dies in there, stamps in there as well, sorry, I should say. We then move into the stamps and dies too. So in here, you've got the bee blooms, which is beautiful. You've also got Beehive, which is this one just here with the beehive, the poppy seed head in there too. And then here what you've got is the honeybee in there as well. Don't forget you're also then getting that amazing paper pad. So you've got your pattern papers in here firstly, which is absolutely awesome. Loads of really lovely warm rich colours in there, which is fantastic. You've also then got as well your pearlescent pad as well in there. All of those lovely rich colours that are going to go along with that as well. Right, that is the whole collection for you. Have we got a winner? Ooh, it must be tight because Rachel is, is she typing? Rachel is our social media superstar today. She's still deliberating, I believe, Johnny. Right, whew, it must be tense. It must be as tense as the football this vote. It really must be. What I'm going to do is then, Jan, if we want to start going through the craft kit, and then as soon as I get the result, I'll pause you if that's all right, and I'll come and grab the winner and we can do card of the day.
So for those of you that have joined us through the show, or just to check again, I just want to show you through that latest kit. So this is number 38 in a series of craft kits. Absolutely fabulous, a sort of, if you want to treat yourself, if you've got a friend that crafts, they make a great gift. Somebody that's just getting into crafting, it's got everything you need in there. You just need to add some glue and you've got what you need there to make a minimum of 24 cards. And we always put the word minimum because you'll always have bits left over that you can actually carry on with. So again, inside then we've got the main focus of the show, which was actually those little dies there. So you've got the one with the party on here. So you've got the birthday cake with the little boy with his party hat on and the balloons. And then the second one, you've got the little girl fairy here with the little deer and the butterfly. So those are what make that pop-in element. And if I show you what I mean, if you haven't seen these before, I'm talking about cutting this into the fold onto your card, and you've got that lovely pop-out design there. You can see behind here, and we've just got the little bit butterfly twirling on the string there. And to go with those, you've got the relevant stamps. So with the one with the little girl fairy on, we've got lots of things like leave a little sparkle where you go, I believe in you, thank you very much, and magical times are ahead. And then to go with the party one, you've got the balloons which actually fit in the die, so you can die cut those out, and then this one's got birthday greetings on there to go with the cake. And then as always with all our kits in there, you have got a selection of blank cards to work with in the 3 different sizes, and you've got the matching envelopes to go with them. So 6x6, 7x5 and 6x4 there to go alongside. And then for the matting and layering, however you want to use these, you've got a series of 8x8 papers and matching cardstocks. So single-sided papers there, but when you get to the cardstock, you've got a double-sided cardstock that's all done in the colours to match those papers. So that comes along with it. And then embellishment-wise, you have got the 3 sets of ribbons there, 3 different colours, 3 different widths of ribbon, along with your adhesive pearls in those choices of colours as well. I just pop that one on there, you can see those a little bit better. So absolutely full of goodness of things for you to have a play with. You would need to use a die cutting machine, and you would need some glue obviously for sticking together, but all the other elements are in there for you to just go and have a play with. So that's box number 38, and that's all about our pop-out scenes.
Awesome. Can we just quickly then, the bee your tag was the winner, Jan, which pleases me very much. Yep. Can we do card of the day? You have only got, or creation of the day, you've got 2, well, a minute, you've got 90 seconds to vote on this, right? Number 1, the gnomes. Number 2, the easel. Or number 3, the tag. 1, 2 or 3, you've got 90 seconds. Whilst you do that, I'm going to get ready for, of course, that card of the week.
Yes.
It is half time, Jan. You'll be pleased to know.
Is it?
It's half
bit of
time.
a breather.
Absolutely, breathing time for you. Let's then recap some of the stuff that you've seen already on the show. So here is that gorgeous Gnome Collection that we looked at a little earlier, which is fantastic. Really incredible value there. This is the one where everyone's going to get free shipping and handling as well, which is fantastic. So do grab that. And you're going to get 2 of those pads in there as well, which is absolutely fantastic. So you will get a second one of the luxury cardstocks in there as well. So do grab those. Next up, the centerpieces. Oh, these were absolutely awesome. Only launched yesterday. They were incredibly popular. Remember what you get in here. You get all of those amazing dies. What you're also then getting as well is, of course, you're also going to get the acetate in there as well, which is fantastic. Next up, versus one left. The next person that checks out will get that. One left. Please be quick for that if you want it. You've just seen the box. Here it is, £24.99 or dollars, £19.99 or dollars if you are shopping as a platinum member, 50 points. Don't forget about the Lisa Buddy Bag as well. Do be quick for that one if you want it. Right, we're going to vote. And, I mean, personally, right, the gnomes have won today. I think we all knew that was going to happen. I mean, I think we may as well get rid of all these other ones and just vote on the... But in the eyes of democracy and not wanting to upset anyone, Jan, we are going to have to vote on all of them.
Of course.
But, essentially, is it going to be... Is it going to be this? I mean, what a week this is.
Yeah.
I mean, either of these two could be whether it be creation of the month, I think. Is it going to be this? I mean, have you ever thought about being like a theatre stage designer? Look at it. That is from the Craft House. The sheep. Oh, they're woolly. Oh, they're very tactile. Yeah. So you've got that in there. So it's Jan's Nativity is number 1. No time for recaps today. We're just going to have to vote. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. 2 can be the gnomes, okay? Just to make it easy for Rachel, because they're the ones that are going to get all the votes. 1, 2 is the gnomes. 1 Nativity, 2's the gnomes. And then you can either go for Jan's launch day, number 3. Craig's creation from the other day, number 4. You can go for number 5. Doesn't have a name on it.
On the edge. That was Debbie,
that one's fallen apart. Number 6 is that one there, Debbie Fisher. That's a craft along. Or 7, Leanne's gnome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. You've got literally 2 minutes to get your votes in. So you are going to have to be super, super quick for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. We are going to quickly end, Jan, I think, with the centerpieces. Jan's going to show us some of the finished things that we can make with these. But let me just remind you everything that you get in there, which is awesome. So you've got in here those Cascading Snowflakes. There is also the Follow the Star. Then you've got the one with the gorgeous deers in there. You've got 'Twas the Night here, as well as Opulent Baubles, and you've got Sprig of Holly in there as well. Amazing value there as well, as you can see. Right, do grab hold of these. There's so many beautiful things you can do with these, isn't there, Jan?
Honestly, again, they're just a real nice focal point, or to create part of a scene on the front there. So this was the one that I used earlier when we actually did it in red and white. Yeah, we made this one during the show, but just changing it to black. And I love, we just put a little bit of gold yellow card behind it. Just makes those houses look as if they're lit up in the evening. And a little bit of silver pen on the roof there to highlight the snow. But what a beautiful design. And that's got a little bit of depth in it there, just to show you an idea with them. And then you've got that beautiful holly. Again, a different way of actually popping it onto your card. So this one's just been bowed slightly, and a little bit left at the top and bottom just to tab it onto the card. So absolutely gorgeous in those more traditional colours. And then these are a couple of the ones that I showed you earlier. You've got those beautiful deer family there. I love that in those cool blue tones. It's really, really effective. You know, add any embellishments from your stash that you've got there. Again, that same one but done in black looks totally different there. And you've got the snow on the trees. And then we've got those lovely opulent baubles going on, literally just down the centre of the card there, just to give you that detail on the front. You can, oops, get it right way up, Jan. And you've got those just literally cut out of the front.
Jan, can I just say, of all the people that I could have been with this evening, I'm so glad it was you. You've had to put up with so much for the last hour. I mean, you are an absolute trooper. I think you should get...
No offence to you guys, but when you've worked in a classroom with 30 youngsters, you get used to blocking out all the extra noise.
Is that what it is?
I don't mean that in a bad way whatsoever, but yeah, I can actually block it out. Apart from when he screeches in my ear, yeah, after they scored, are we still on 1-0?
It's still 1-0 at half time. I can tell you, Jan, as well, you have won Demo of the Week as well. So you've won. I just wonder, though, I wonder if we should give Bernie, I think I wonder if we should put them both in.
Yeah, I think
Do you think, I mean, how can we? It is super, super close between the two.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Johnny, I think we should make an executive decision and
agree.
have joint creations of the week. What do you think?
I'm quite happy to share it.
And I
with
think
our
you should both get a star as well.
Yep.
So you pop the star
goes
on
tonight, doesn't it?
Yeah, star goes
shall
up
we do
tonight.
one now?
Right, we're going to call it
pen.
Joint Cards Creations of the Week. Right, Jan, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to spend the rest of the day with you. She's going to pop the star on as well. I would say please don't forget to check out your baskets as well. Bernie gets one. It is a joint. It was too close to call, according to Rachel. So there we are.
Just a buffer.
There you are. So both of you are getting a very, very well-deserved star.
We go.
I've got to now try and get this nativity on that shelf. So wish me luck with that. Me stars dropped through already. Big thanks to Jan. Don't forget to check out your baskets. I'll see you back here for another full day tomorrow. Bye.